Yo, what is good? What is good, yo? Man, this episode had some very, very cut undertone moments, and I wanted to punch so many people in the face. But of course, it's just a show, and I don't have to do any of that stuff because it's a show. But this week's episode is another reminder of just how crazy our actual world is, and how if we bring it into an anime format, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't matter if it's an anime character, it doesn't matter if it's a real person. Child abusing children in general is frowned upon anywhere you go. I mean, to such a degree, I guess you can say. But to know that the child abuse that's happening here is continuous, it's been long, uh, it's been happening for quite a bit of time. There's multiple instances of people trying to help in the situation and it pretty much just being blown off because it's in a wait and see situation. But with how much information is given about the whole entire situation, and then them just kind of carting it off like, oh yeah, now the episode's over type of deal, really kind of got to me in the sense of uh, this is what they wanted to do, right? Like, this is exactly how they wanted to elaborate on this without being direct at all, right? Children abuse is a very general term for it, but when you are physically hitting somebody or doing something else, it's pretty clear as day what uh, could else be happening with a young girl who's stuck with an uncle who seemingly makes sure she can't come out and talk or do anything. So it was pretty obvious to me that anything can be happening in my eyes. It wasn't just that he's swinging on her for whatever reason and trying to fight her and stuff. It definitely did not seem that way because how do you continuously do that and don't leave bruises, you know? So, what kind of physical abuse can you do that even if you check areas on the body of this girl, you still wouldn't come up with anything? So, yeah, think about it. And the other side of this is when our main character actually tries to just lay his hand on her head, I'm pretty sure he was going to do like the patting or like the just literally put his hand on her head and kind of like rub her head or something. It didn't matter. It really didn't matter just because of the seeing him do that made her react ridiculously wild. And this is where my initial, even further thought of it's definitely not just hitting her. When she actually hit him, like hit his hand away, if she could hit his hand away, why is it that she isn't hitting the other people's hands away, that are messing with her in that place? And that should kind of give you more of a detailed answer. Why would patting or rubbing her head come off as a weird thing? Why would that like trigger her to act like insane to a point where she's barfing, she's crying, she's saying sorry, forgive me, and all this different stuff just because a hand was raised to her? You could say that that is just a sign of her knowing about the physical abuse and being scared she was going to get hit. Because to be fair, the way that these two be playing around with each other and like messing with each other, they do have some kind of, physical relationship where they kind of mess with. As you can see, she literally knocked him over to get to his food that he was about to try out, But by telling her about it, he knew that that should be what she would do after knowing that the food was really good and stuff. So she acted in character, but after doing that and maybe about to be punished or maybe about to be loved on, it triggered her. It literally sent her into a crazy frenzy, and we have no answers as of why, but outside of what we can already guess, which every single character knows is happening, but no one could do anything about it because this little girl has lied about the parents before, and I guess because of it, it seems like it could be impossible for her to actually tell the truth. Like, I don't understand their logic. Like, I understand like false call-ins and stuff like that. Like the cops get called and it's like, oh, you're the same person that called us 3 times in a row. I don't think you. And we've been there, the 2 times, and you haven't. There's nothing been wrong. So there could never be anything wrong if you call us 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, because you've already messed up your chances with the first 2 calls. That's pretty much how they're treating this situation. Oh, sorry. Well, you said this and that, and it wasn't true. So there's no way in heck you would ever have this happen to you. So just don't even come to us with it anymore. Just practically figure it out on your own. Like what? So very, very tough stuff. I really do hope what we saw in the very beginning of the episode happens. He just hops off in the air and beats the uncle off of a motorbike that he's riding. So maybe that dream was a premonition and kind of showcasing us and him what needs to be done if you ever want to help this girl in this loop of the time. So yeah, find the bat. I was actually gonna look for a character that uses a bat and play as it. I almost turned on Final Fantasy remake because there's a bat in there. No, I'm sorry. But yeah, man, the show is so dark. It's so mysterious. I can't wait to see what people are thinking at the end of the day, especially seeing how it doesn't feel as if any of this stuff is being resolved at the end of the day. Because if the whole entire month goes back to what it was and it starts over, I mean, she's been dealing with this multiple upon multiple times. So, yeah, it's pretty rough for our young girl, but I hope things get better, and I will talk to y'all in the next one. Please drop a like because it definitely will help you guys get notifications from the channel. I don't know why that's even a thing. People that don't like my channel or is not in subscribed, dropping dislikes makes it so that people who do like my channel and are subscribed don't see notifications. That makes sense. Like, punish the people that actually want to see me because other people who don't watch me don't want to see me. Weird. Have an awesome one, guys. Thank you so much for your support, and I do hope you guys get a notification about all this stuff. So with that being said, take care and peace.